my name is Deja Torrance.
My name's Haley Skaggs.
I'm Cindy Sparkman.
I'm Tiffany Taggart.
I'm Kelsey Steed.
And I'm Mark Smith.
We are Group 6, and this is our PLC group presentation. The purpose of this group project is to help educators gain an understanding on what a professional learning community is and how it works. The article I read is titled, "What is a Professional Learning Community?" by Richard DeFore, and it was published in May 2004. A professional learning community is a group of educators that collaborates regularly to improve teaching skills and the academic performance of students. The concept is rooted in the idea that educators working together can achieve greater results than those working in isolation. Here are key aspects and characteristics of a professional learning community. They include shared visions and values, collaborative cultures, reflective inquiry, continuous improvement, data-driven decision-making, and supportive environment. By fostering a collaborative and reflective culture, professional learning communities aim to continuously improve teaching practices and student outcomes. The significance of DeFore's concept of what a professional learning community is to improve teaching practices, enhance students' achievement, and by fostering a collaborative school culture focused on continuous learning development.
Okay, the article I read was The Key to Improved Teaching and Learning by Rick DeFore, and it was published in fall of 2009. And Cindy and I shared this article. So, how is teaching and learning improved with PLCs? Teachers must focus on the quality of instruction that students need on a daily basis. Teachers use a systems thinking approach. This approach focuses on interdependent relationships, connections, and interactions of the entire school organizations. Teams are grouped based on grade level or courses that they teach. Groups work to ensure that the standards are met for each grade level. They stay on the same pace, they use similar assessments to monitor learning, and they use the same criteria to judge student work. Using the systems thinking approach helps teachers know which students are struggling and need additional support, what they need to change about the curriculum to better it, and to simply help individual teachers realize what they need to work on by themselves. A systematic approach to intervention. The PLC requires that all students are part of a plan of intervention. Students will be a part of a coordinated, methodical, multi-layered, fluid plan of intervention. The goals of the systematic approach to intervention are to provide students with extra time and support if needed, pick up on students' learning disabilities quickly so interventions can be started as soon as possible, and it is required for all students to participate in the extra time and support that is available to them. Significance and reflections. Using this concept allows teachers to work together to come up with new ideas and concepts to help students be successful in the classroom. It allows teachers to see new perspectives and grow in the classroom.
So the district as a PLC, how it operates is that each school must demonstrate a commitment to the high levels of learning for all students. Teachers must be organized into teams and given time to collaborate. The teams must provide students with a guaranteed and viable curriculum for each course and grade level, must develop frequent and varied common assessments, and use evidence of students' learning to fuel the continuous improvement of both the team and each of its members. The school must create a system of intervention that provides the students with additional time and support when they experience difficulty in their learning. And the school must have a plan for extending and enriching the learning of students who are proficient, a plan that gives more students a greater access to more challenging curriculum, and the support to ensure their success in that curriculum. The teacher is still the most integral part, even though what I just discussed was as a district, because the teacher is the ones that is delivering the lessons. After 800 meta-analysis on the factors that impacts the student achievement, it's concluded that the best way to improve schools was to organize teachers into collaborative teams, and they have these teams to work together so that they can track the students' work, track the students' needs, and evaluate the curriculum and work together to improve learning.
The article that I read was entitled "The Elements of a Professional Learning Community" by Lily G. Jesse. The publication date was winter 2007. The elements are: focus on learning. Principals are navigating toward focusing on instructional results opposed to the strategy of instruction itself. Collaborative culture. Teachers can actively make adjustment to classroom practices when deemed necessary for student growth. This promotes an environment of accountability in the learning process. In the article, it spoke about refusing to sub. In this particular setting, teachers came and got the students, whereas they would have a sub because they had data and the resources available to continue to allow the students to have the learning that they needed, and they refused to sub. Results-oriented thinking. PLC role is to identify talents, aspirations, and skills and showcase them. The goal is to leave a legacy of leaders, not speaking on self. The goal is to say, what are we doing, not what we plan to do. The significance of this article is learning how to see PLCs as more than just a data meeting, but a team of educators collaborating to work as a unit. The reflection on this article is that I see the value that PLCs have. I enjoy going to PLCs and getting the opportunity to talk with the department as a whole. We're able to connect, evaluate, and plan for the future together. This article specifically discussed how PLCs are not for planning for instruction, but the focus on the learning and outcomes of instruction. We share strategies and we prep as a department because we are the group that's responsible for each grade's ability to learn a particular content. I love that it is result-oriented thinking, and I've had this experience in my PLCs personally.
I worked on the article titled Focused on Learning, 4 Critical Questions to Which Every Educator Should Have the Answers by Everett Ryan, published in September of 2011. Mark and I split this article, so I focused on the sections titled The Purpose of School and Cornerstone Pillars for Learning. Schools must have clear vision and mission statements that prioritize student learning over mere teaching practices. This involves collaborative efforts amongst educators to ensure alignment and effectiveness, which is where PLCs come into play. Successful schools shift their focus from teaching to learning as educators themselves are lifelong learners and as students learning. Viewing student academic achievement, positive school culture, and effective teaching and leadership as interconnected pillars are crucial for success. According to Ryan, research findings indicate that failing schools begin to see progress when they systematically become focused on learning rather than on teaching. Educators are lifelong learners. If they focus on learning themselves and how they themselves can learn, along with how the students are learning, they will see more progress. The 3 cornerstone pillars are student academic achievement, improved positive school culture, improved teacher and leader effectiveness. According to Mike Schmoker, effective teachers are the single most determinant of success for students. When teachers and leaders are effective, students are academically successful, and school cultures thrive.
You're on mute.
Sorry.
Can't hear you.
Professional learning communities. School leaders are increasingly pursuing and implementing the powerful model of professional learning communities to engage in school improvement activities and to build their teams within and around pillars of academic achievement, school culture, and teacher and leaders effectiveness. A PLC community of persons who share similar goals, practices, beliefs, interests, and value systems, and who strategically, cohesively, and collaboratively to achieve one or more desired objectives with a clear focus on student learning. Having a plan and ongoing discussions that are tailored to improving the quality of your instruction, teachers should ask themselves these 4 questions. What specifically do we expect students to learn? How will we know when each student has learned it? How will we respond when students are having difficulty learning? How will we respond when students demonstrate that they have learned? Next slide, please. These are our references.